Hi, hi. Part deux. It kind of helps when you set your stream to actually be public so that people can see it. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Learning every day. All right. So, let's get into it. Let's get into it. We are going to do a weekly reading for every sign. We are going to start with Aries and move through Pisces, and we'll be pulling a card for the overall energy and focus for the week. Then a card for, woof, they're already ready to talk to you. And then we're going to pull a card for money, finances, business, resources, pentacles things. And then we're going to get, wow. Okay. Then we're going to get into relationships, feelings that pertains to romance, that pertains to family, that pertains to friends. This stream is brought to you by my gigantic hair. Welcome. Hey, it's Ceci. Hey, Ceci. Okay. Very, very excited. Let's get into it. Aries. Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising, and dominant folks. And hey, any curious cross-watchers looking out for Aries. What do they need to know this week in terms of overall energy? Spirit wants 2 cards. You got it. You the boss. Aries, when it comes to love, relationships, feelings. Okay. And finally, Spirit. Let's get money, business, finances, resources for Aries. Wow. Wow, okay. Here's what I'm hearing, Aries. You are being set free from something this week. I don't know if it's going to feel completely awesome, because for some of you I feel like it does feel purely awesome. It's like, go, be bold, be confident. You're the Knight of Wands. You're down to make a change. 6 of Swords says, moving on. Good morning. Moving on. You've learned, this is what I'm hearing, you've learned what you need to know from this situation. Now you can take it and move on. Don't feel like that's a push. Don't feel like anybody's rushing you. But if anybody's rushing you, Aries, I kind of feel like it's you. Kind of feel like you're the one who's like, I'm ready to make a change. I want some new things. This is boldness. This is confidence. This is big Aries energy. I don't know if y'all are aware, your ruling planet Mars just moved into your sign. So you've got some extra fucking get up and go. So if you've been needing some extra get up and go, if you are wanting some extra passion, some extra fire, some extra push behind your projects, I would recommend making friends with Mars. I mean that super literally. Obviously, you can just ride this energy. You can just go with it. It's going to be serving you regardless as an Aries. But if you maybe want to make a little alter to, this is my passion, this is my goal, this is where I'm trying to get, this is what I'm trying to be. The way you bring something into your life is by getting into resonance with it. So your willingness to look at what you've learned from the past couple weeks and be like, let me actually integrate that and do something about it. That's going to serve you. That's going to take you to better, clearer spaces, less conflict, more clarity, better understanding. Speaking of clarity, time to have an honest conversation with the people that you love. Time to be like, this is how it is. This is my line. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. Okay, I'm getting a couple things about this. For some of you, you need to draw your lines because things are so good. It's like, I could really fall into this relationship too deep or too hard or too fast, so I need to make sure that I stay very clear who I am, what I want, what my priorities are, okay? And I think it's really cool and important that Spirit is saying, whether it's because things are really good or whether it's because things are not so great and they need an adjustment, the answer is always to know ourselves and what we want, who we are, what we need, and then be forthright. No one's going to read our minds. Typically, Aries, you're not expecting people to read your mind, but if you have been kind of waiting around for somebody to be like, am I overstepping your boundaries, or is this actually okay with you? Don't wait around for that. Go ahead and speak your truth this week with anybody that you love, with anybody that you're trying to have a good relationship with. If you can't tell them the truth, then you can't have a good relationship with them anyway, right? So might as well speak your truth and feel like you're rooted in yourself. The truth is, I think it's going to serve you. No pun intended. Truth, truth, truth. Spirit's excited about it. Now, money, career, resources. I'm hearing revelations. I'm hearing wake up call. I'm hearing ring the alarm and I'm throwing elbows. I'm showing my age, ring the alarm, but that's what I'm hearing. Ring the alarm and I'm throwing elbows. You don't need to throw elbows. You got 3 of Cups. You have some good people around you. Some of you may be doing, some of you may be focused on finance or career projects that have to do with getting together in groups of 2 or 3. Like podcast, like channel, like I'm a community organizer, like we're doing this activism, and it takes all 3 of us with our different talents to come together. Some of you kind of need an accountability buddy. Accountability buddy or partner in crime or mentor, somebody to help you, I'm hearing, see like your blind spots. And I'm really feeling like you're going to get woken up from some of your blind spots this week, thanks to your friends. And hey, isn't it kind of funny that you're getting like, hey, be honest and say like, I'm having a hard time, or I want this, or whatever. Follow the epiphany. Let the epiphany take you forward. Whenever we ignore an epiphany, all we do is stick that energy somewhere else in our body, somewhere else in our life. It's going to come wiggling out in some strange way. So if you have an epiphany about you need to move on, you need to move forward, you need to graduate, that's what I'm hearing. Like, we can't stay in 2nd grade forever, Aries, even though it's like, but all my friends are here and I love this teacher and I know this teacher and like now I finally can do cursive and, you know, do my addition and subtraction. Okay, well, it's time to move on to long division. It's time to move on to multiplication. You're only going to get better. Okay, yes, it will be a challenge, but it's going to get better. Be bold. Be bold, Aries. All right. Now, Taurus, let's talk about it. Hey, it's Vida. Hey, Vida. Yay. I'm so excited to see y'all. Thank you so much, those of you who have shown up. Really, really appreciate it. Yay, it warms my heart. All right, Taurus. My earth children, Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, Taurus dominant folks. What do they need to know for their highest good? Taurus, this week, spirit. What's the overall energy and focus for Taurus? You're gonna love this. Hey, Crystal, yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see y'all. Taurus, spirit. Spirit's asking me to go right to money and finances. Hey, it's Lydia, yay! Oh my God, this is the best. This is the best. All right. They're asking me to go right to finances, so that's where we're gonna go, Taurus. Money, finances, work, business, jobs. They're asking me for 2. Wow, because you're carrying it all. All right. Taurus. Taurus. When it comes to relationships, feelings, family, friends, lovers, it's all work to you, isn't it, Taurus? You're an earth sign. It's okay. It's normal. Okay. Fabulous energy. Fabulous energy for the week with one caveat. One of my favorite cards in the whole deck, Taurus, 9 of Pentacles, single and happy. Doesn't mean you necessarily have to be strictly single, but it's self-sufficient, it's independent, it's I prize and enjoy my individuality. That's super important. So for those of you who maybe don't feel like you treasure and kind of, a spirit is showing me like putting velvet ropes around like, your individuality. So maybe some of you feel very much identified with like, I'm a wife, I'm a husband, I'm a partner, I'm a mother, I'm a father, blah, 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 blah. You're still you. And you should be very proud of yourself this week. Some of you might be experiencing some big accomplishments when it comes to work. Some of you, I'm feeling there's a little bit of over-reliance on you. And I would like you to check that if that is true. If there are certain people that are asking too much or that just take for granted, here's the thing, Taurus, like people are not always trying to be rude or thoughtless or things like that. But sometimes when someone looks like this, you know, strong, this is, look at everything that I've grown and collected for myself. I deserve like a pat on the back. When people see you standing so strong, so independent, so et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, sometimes they can put things on your plate and just kind of pile them on and be like, well, you look like you're handling it. So, you know, and they don't think about it because to them, it's like, wow, they're so strong. I could never. Let me just throw some more on her plate. If people are throwing too much on your plate, I'm going to need you to say something, because if you don't, never let a tarot reading put fear into you, okay? Like, that's not the point of this, but if you don't, I am feeling it's going to bring some trouble. I feel like this is why Spirit was like, okay, I need you to immediately go into business, money, finance after that Nine of Pentacles, because it's a great card, standing strong, very, like, again, great indicator for people being proud of you. But it needs to start with you being proud of yourself. However, when people are proud of you, especially around the workplace, sometimes "I'm so proud of you" can translate to, you can take more, right? Yeah. Like, we just let go of this person, or we had to put this person on furlough. So, like, here, now you have their duties. And I feel like if you need to be clear and say, I can't take any more, you need to say it. I know it's not in your nature. I know it's like your least favorite thing to do. You're like, I'm amazing, I'm strong, I can do it. And here's the thing, Taurus. You can. You can do it. 10 of Wands indicates that you can do it, but do you want to do it feeling like this? I don't think you do. There may be a little bit of a disappointment. Here's the caveat where they were talking about that Nine of Pentacles, feeling good, feeling strong. Some of you, it might be like, oh, I'm just feeling it. It's kind of like somebody might try to take a little bit of credit for your work. You may need to be super straightforward about, like, this is my plan and this is my proposal and this is what I like. Don't be afraid to be like, I did this and this and this and this, okay? Like, I know, not in your nature to be like brash and bold and loud about it, but if I just feel you might end up feeling a little bit betrayed if you're not honest about what you feel, okay? Cards look great. You can find balance. I felt compelled to pull a third one. I was like, I'm going to need another clarifier after those two heavy cards. Some of you just have heavy, big projects on your plate this week, and it's like there's no room to delegate or delete anything, and that's a struggle. Spirit just started playing that old song, you load 16 tons, what do you get? If any of you actually know what I'm talking about, let me know. But you can do this. You can find balance. You're a fixed sign, Taurus, so you don't like to make too many adjustments, but this week you would benefit from a little bit of an adjustment, whether it comes to your workflow, whether it comes to your budget, because this is the money, business, finance. If it feels like everything is too tight and there's like too much to get everything done, you're probably right. And you probably need to shift some of that either to a different day, a different week, a different person. Sometimes we can delete and delegate, sometimes we can't. I totally get it. I feel like whether or not you can find this balance, but you need to be very kind to yourself. Make small adjustments. Don't be expecting yourself to like lift and hoist the Eiffel Tower over your shoulders, okay? That would be a mistake. Like, you are very strong. Nobody would question that, but you're human, okay? Part bull. All right. When it comes to love, family, feelings, relationships, this is why I was like, big earth feels with the Taurus. You've actually got two of my favorite Pentacles cards here, the 8 and the 9. The 8 of Pentacles shows it's like a day's work that feels very worthwhile. This is interesting, and this is super specific, but some of you, it's like your kids are home and they're not going anywhere, and you guys are going to be doing like crafts and hiking and like, hey, this is how I'm going to teach you. Looks pretty great for those of you for whom that applies. Some of you are with family members or friends, because again, this is anybody that you have relationships with. There is a really exciting project, something you're really keen to put all of your energy into. This feels very personal. For some of you, it's like this woman here, where it's like, this is literally my art. For some of you, it's like, I am changing, I'm changing the way I do my relationships. I'm maturing. I'm laying out clearly what I need in order to feel happy, to feel content, to feel like I have more than enough. Don't be afraid to make adjustments. Don't be afraid to say, hey, this is what I need from you. I also want to say, with that 3 of Swords, that 10 of Wands, that 9 of Pentacles, I would also say, be sure that this week you're not so caught up in work that you don't get any family time. Yay, it's Michaela. I'm so excited to see y'all. Okay. All right. Taurus, hold on to yourself, but not too hard, because you're doing great and little adjustments are going to serve you, okay? Okay. Now, let's talk Gemini. Let's change this energy. I can feel it just as I shift to Gemini. It's like electricity in the air, baby. Let's do it. Air signs, Gemini. Gemini sun, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. I said Gemini moon and they flicked this right out. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Overall energy for the week. Overall energy for the week for Gemini. Okay. They're flicking out of the deck. Told you. Electricity. All right. Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. What do they need to know when it comes to, jeez, business? Wow. Whew. Okay. We're going to talk about it. And finally, Gemini. When it comes to relationships, friends, family, romance, the feels. Wow. Pretty awesome week, Gemini, but you might find yourself a little bit out of your depth. That's not a bad thing. So, y'all knew while we were shuffling, I was looking for that overall energy for the week for Gemini. We have the moon. Some stuff gonna be creeping up on you, Gemini. Try not to be afraid. Memories. Okay. Spirit's making an interesting comparison. For my ladies, for my DFABs, for any of those of you who may have menstruated in your lifetime, I know. For those of you who haven't, you're like, God, why? What stream have I landed on? Give me a sec. For those of you who have experienced that and know what it is to have your hormones kind of fluctuate, and one day you can be like crying over something, and the next day you're like, I'm totally fine. Some of y'all, even if you've never had that menstruation experience, may be experiencing the kind of ups and downs of your emotions, your memories, triggers, right? Memories are triggers. So the way a certain person speaks to you, a certain song comes on the radio that you haven't heard in 12 years, don't know why they use that specific number, and it just throws you. And here's what Spirit wants you to do with that energy. They want you to understand. It's really important, I think, in the imagery here that we have the moon card that represents, right? You know, the sea, like pulling the tides. And this is very Gemini energy. I'm not going to sink. I'm not going to get pulled down by these memories, by these feelings, right? Because that's also the moon. And it's important to note, your feelings are valid, your feelings are real, but your feelings are not the truth. Okay? Real, but not the truth. Here's where you can get some truth. Traversing the feelings. You're on top of the waves. You've got your 6 swords. Here's, you've learned from these, like, all of these things that you've been through. You have pulled the swords out of your back. I've learned this, I've learned this, I've learned this, I've learned this. I'm never going to do that again. Now it's sailing on toward clearer waters based on feeling your feels a little bit. So might be important for you to journal. Might be important for you to get together with somebody that you feel like you can really, really, really trust and open yourself up a little bit. I'm actually hearing some of you may do that in like a therapeutic sense, or some of you are already in therapy, which if you are, that is wonderful. Now, Gemini, y'all let me know in the comments, because I feel like you had this card last week, but we're going to talk about it because Spirit wanted a couple. When it comes to money, work, finances, business, etc., what are you out here fighting for, Gemini? I'm feeling a lot of you are extremely creative, got great ideas, you really want to put them into play, but I think that's kind of the issue, is that it's a little bit without strategy. It's a little bit like, oh my God, did they say this to y'all last week? Because they just said, Gemini, it's like you have gifted child syndrome. Like, I'm really good at this, but if I try it the first time and I'm not amazing at it, like, maybe this isn't for me. And Spirit's like, no. So if any of you have been wondering, like, maybe this creative thing isn't for me, it is absolutely for you, but you're going to need a plan. You're going to need to get on top of it, and you are going to have to fight for it. And there is competition. So some of you might be applying for a certain job. Some of you might have your own thing that you're like, I really want to do this, but there's already so many people trying to do it. It's, you know, the market is saturated. Should I even go for it? Yes, you should go for it. If you're excited about it, you should go for it. You do have the higher ground. You do have what it takes to take on all these different things and people that are going to be coming at you. I also do kind of feel like some of you are on the defensive this week. Makes sense. We're living in weird times. Some of you might feel like you even have to kind of defend your jobs, defend the fact that you're necessary. I think that getting that higher ground, making that plan, this is the final clarifier. Again, when it comes to money, finances, feeling taken care of, you will be supported. Some of you straight up are getting support from family. We're not in the family and relationships cards yet, but that's what Spirit is telling me about this. Is for some of you, someone is providing like a roof over your head. Some Spirit just said someone like is getting a vehicle. That's pretty intense. Like, hey, what do you need? We will support you. I want to say take it, Gemini. I want to say that anything like that that comes around is divinely appointed to help you get this higher ground, to be able to battle it out and do what you want to do. This is going to relate into your next card. Some of you straight up need to ask for what you want. If you are doing a really cool creative job, if you have a really great project idea, but you know you need some financial or even just physical assistance, ask and you shall receive this week. So put yourself out there. Hey, does anybody know how to code? Hey, does anybody fill in the blank? Put it out there. Ask and you shall receive. Why do I say that? Your final card, Gemini, beautiful, 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 especially in the realm of love, relationships, family, romance, etc. The Empress, the receiver, and also the amazing creative. Hello. If you needed somebody to come tell you you are a legitimate creative, if you needed someone to tell you that what you're brewing up, what you are creating inside is going to be beautiful, here's your sign. It's going to be beautiful, but let it come to term. The Empress is often shown as very pregnant. Some of you may be literally pregnant or be very close to someone who's pregnant because this is in the realm of relationships. This is a wonderful sign, if that is so, of a healthy and wonderful pregnancy. But the other thing about the Empress is she's magnetic. She's not the Emperor, right? The Emperor goes out and does and builds and da-da-da-da-da. The Empress is like, I would like this, please. Hello, Spirit saying, ask and you shall receive, whether it's from your family or whether, you know, family can be blood, family can be chosen. So in one way or another, your family is going to help you out. I don't know how I feel about the sirens running by right as I said that. So this is you, Gemini. You want to embody this energy this week. I am creative. Here's what Spirit just said. I have a right to be here. Some of you need to keep in mind that you have a right. But you're going to feel better about having like a right to be there if you get on top of that shit. Here's my plan. Here's my line of defense. This is what I'm going to do about it. This is how I'm going to take this, and that on. Think ahead, Gemini. You're a great connection maker. You've got this amazing fucking quicksilver lightning mind that can make these global connections that other people can't. Put that to use. And I'm going to hammer home that first message. Don't be afraid of your feelings. Don't be afraid of your feelings. They're just another form of feedback, okay? Listen to them. What are they asking you for? Pull out the skeletons in your closet, sit them down on the couch, have a nice conversation, okay? Okay. All right. Now, my moon children, Cancer. Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. What do they need to know for their highest good? Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. Any Cancer cross watchers out there? What does Cancer need to know for their highest good, Spirit? Energy for the week. Hey, it's Christine. Okay. Cancer. Cancer. Overall energy for this week. Overall energy and focus. Okay. We want to look at, wow, money and finances. Doesn't get much better. Okay, all right. And Spirit, finally, for Cancer. Feelings, family, love, relationships. What do they want to know this week for their highest good? Wow. Wow. A lot of truth telling, a lot of clarity, a lot of know who you are. That's just what I heard. Wow. Feels good. Know who you are. Overall energy and focus for the week. Spirit just said, you're a force of nature. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. And Spirit also just said, live the truth. So what are your ideals worth if you're not living them, right? Like, we can crow about them, we can post about them, whatever, but we got to live them. And I feel that some of you are going to get a chance to walk your talk. Like, this is what I believe in, this is what I want, and this is what I do. This is my line. And some of you are going to feel great. This is what Spirit just said. Some of y'all are going to feel great about just, I'm cutting that shit out of my life. I don't need this shit anymore. This isn't good for me. That's what they just said. I'm going to relate that to your final card, but we're going to hold off because I'm trying to go in some kind of order here, but damn. Ace of Swords. Nah, fuck it. I'm not going in order, Cancer. This is where they're calling me. Epiphany. Epiphany. The truth. The truth. This Judgment card is coming up under your feelings, relationships, family, romance, etc. A wake-up call. This great understanding. This feeling, you know, and that's what Spirit was doing at first when I was shuffling your cards. It's kind of like this Mufasa, like, who's there? Like, someone parting the clouds and being like, this, Cancer. What about this? So if you haven't been living your truth, if you've been a little dead on your feet, if you have felt like a bit of a zombie, you are coming back to life when it comes to emotions, when it comes to love, when it comes to your relationships with people. Spirit just said also, open your eyes. Open your eyes. The Ace of Swords is a great card. It can also be a bit of a cold splash of water sometimes. It's like, hey, did you notice this about your relationships? Are you speaking your truth in your relationships? Are you asking for what you need? Are you drawing lines? If you want something, I want you to say it. Spirit is saying, be bold. Some of you may have Aries placements. That was something I said for Aries. Be bold. If you want something, say it. If you want to be in resonance with someone, if you want to bring someone into your life, act like the person who has that in their life. Spirit just said, what would the version of you that is living their ideal life, what would their habits be? What would that life look like? If you envision like the morning routine of the person, like doing the job, having the lifestyle that you want to have, what does that look like and how can you invoke that right now? Yes, you don't have the house in Ireland or whatever. How can you enact it right now? Does she take a walk every morning? Does she meditate? Does he cook his own meals? What do they do? Money, job, finances, business, Nine of Pentacles. Some of you may literally do your own thing, like self-employed, freelance, etc. This is the only card in the deck for the successful self-employed person. Some of you may also get recognized or get some kind of, I don't know if it's a promotion, but I feel like it's recognition. Some of you may indeed get promoted because this is, oh, thank God, like, I've done a really good job. It's the pat myself on the back card. It's like, look at what I have managed to do, and I did it on my own. So again, for some of you, this is a solo project that you're working on. You may have a 9-to-5 job, but you may have something that like, this is my art, or this is my business, or this is my idea that I'm shaping up. It's looking good. Your individuality and your willingness to speak the truth and live your truth is like front and center this week. Authenticity. Not that you are not authentic, Cancer, but you can be empathic to a point where you start to blend and merge with other people. And Spirit is like, no merging this week. No merging this week. You are your own person. Truth is divine. Let it flow through you. It will move you in the right direction. That's what Spirit just said. Crazy. I love it. I love it. All right. All right. So that was for the Moon Children. Now let's go to the Sun Children. Parked right next to the Moon Children. My Leos. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. Leo dominance. Okay. Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising, Leo dominant folks. What do they need to know this week? What is the overall energy? What is the overall focus? What do they want to know for their highest good, Spirit? Try not to look at your cards. Spirit keeps helping me see. Okay. And Leo, when it comes to money, finances, job, career, Leo, what do they need to know this week, Spirit, for their highest good? Energy they want to be aware of for their highest good. And finally, love, romance, feelings, family, all the good things. What does Leo need to know when it comes to the realm of emotions? Leo. Okay. Okay. I made that, little joke about the moon and the sun children, but some of y'all are both moon and sun children. Some of y'all are have Leo and Cancer placements. Relatable. So, overall energy and focus for this week, for whatever reason, Spirit pulled 2 cards for you. 2 of Wands, trying to make a decision. There are 2 ways you could do this. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. Robert Frost, look it up. That's extremely your shit this week, Leo. One thing is planted. You'll notice behind this woman, she has planted her wand. It's kind of growing of its own accord. It's done. You've gotten the experience. You have that down pat. It's like that job or that talent or that relationship or whatever, that's done and that's good. But now you're kind of looking out. Now there's something that's kind of like, oh, but what about that? I could do that, right? Could I? Could I do that? You could. Ace of Swords is the clarifier. Like I said, Spirit wanted a second one. Who am I to say no? I shuffled these cards very well, and Spirit threw this right back out. You got a brilliant idea. That's what they just said. You have a brilliant idea. I feel that it would be, this is a big thing to say, but I feel that it would be a mistake to ignore that. I feel that it would be a mistake to be like, no, it's not that great, or like, oh, but how am I gonna? You know how you figure out how? You start the journey. You go. You find out. One thing is solidly planted. Now, no one's going to shove you out of the nest, Leo. You don't have, well, let me not say that. I haven't seen the rest of your cards. I don't get that sense, though. I don't get the sense that it's like you're being shoved into this adventure. I feel like something is calling you, and Spirit doesn't want you to ignore the call. Whenever something is calling us, and here Spirit is saying something kind of interesting, even when it's not good for us, even when, some of you have been in this situation, Leo or not, where you get a call, a text, whatever, from toxic ex, and it's like, ooh, damn, they're toxic, but that was the best sex of my life. Fuck, what do I do? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Sometimes we go retread old ground, toxic ex, dead-end job, whatever, and we learn something essential from it, okay? So don't shame or blame yourself if Spirit's bringing that metaphor up for a reason. So some of you, that may crop up. Let's find out. Let's get into, wow, money, job, finances. What did Spirit just say? Take a chance. The fool is not the idiot. The fool is not afraid to be the first one on the dance floor. The fool is not carrying a whole bunch of bullshit and baggage that keeps them from getting where they want to go. They're only taking what they need. They're like, I will learn on my way. On the job training. Hello, Leo, 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 Leo. Whether this is a literal job or whether this is something that you want to do for yourself, on the job training, go. Be open to it and you will learn. Spirit is bringing to my mind one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite philosophers. Epictetus said, if you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Put a capital F on that foolish. Holy fool. Be content to be a holy fool, Leo, and find things out as you go. Dive in, jump in, like both feet. It may get you in over your head. That's what Spirit is saying. It may get you in over your head, but it will also teach you how to swim. Okay, so when you come up against things that you don't know and have never done before, take that as a nod from the universe, like, hey, you wouldn't have come this far if you weren't ready to swim. Spirit gonna give you them spiritual floaties, okay? Spirit's funny. Wow, okay. When it comes to your feelings when it comes to family, relationships, love, romance, etc. All of the ways in which we feel the feels. You may need a little quiet time to get to what you really want to express. That's what I just heard. To get to this, to get to I'm ready to speak my truth, you're going to want to spend some time quietly reflecting. The High Priestess doesn't make a move, doesn't say a word until she's like, I have assembled all the information I need. My intuition is like, ding dong, like, oh, we're ready to go now. But till then, so you got to know your truth before you speak it. Sometimes, you know, those of us with fire placements, we can want to kind of soothe our feelings by blurting something out, saying something. It almost feels like Spirit is showing me two people like playing chess. And, you know, if there's a Virgo sitting on the other side, totally waiting patiently, just like they have their move planned out like 3 or 4 ahead. And Leo can be a little bit like, oh, God, I'm just going to move something because I've been sitting here for 5 minutes trying to figure out what to move and I'm going to move it. Hey, sometimes it'll get you in over your head, but it'll teach you how to play chess. Okay? But sometimes a little patience, a little peace and quiet, a little internal inventory is just what the doctor ordered. And that's what they're ordering for you this week when it comes to, again, friends, family, love, romance, etc. So when it comes to work, projects, doing things that you're passionate about, I say go. Like half-cocked or full-cocked, go. But when it comes to love, when it comes to people you care about, only make your move and speak your truth when you know absolutely that you're going to be, this is how they're putting it, totally okay with whatever the repercussions are. So if you have a situationship with someone, for example, and you're like, you know what, we've gotten to a point where I got to tell this person either this is a relationship or this needs to be over. If you get to that point and you're like, it's time, you've got to be okay with whatever happens. And that's why the High Priestess is so chill and looks so comfortable, is because she's like, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's conscious, unconscious, black, white, good, bad, whatever, I'm going to be okay with it. I ride the world between two worlds. So if anybody can handle it, she can. I also think it's important to note that the Fool, there's one bridge between the Fool, number 0, and the High Priestess, number 2, and that is the Magician. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of manifestation on the menu for you next week. Okay? You being willing to get out of your depth and try things, to follow your inspiration, to speak your truth. Wow. Okay. Spirit wants this for you, so I'm just going to show it to you. This is what happens. That's what happens. The Chariot. Victory. Overcoming the challenges. Hello. White and black pillar in the High Priestess. Conscious, unconscious. When you look it in the face, oh my God, Spirit is fucking making me trip right now because of that Sun and Moon children that I was saying at first. This is the Cancer card. It has the Sun and Moon card in it. Holy fuck. All right. Big stuff happening for you this week. You need to kind of resolve, it's, you know, that whole, there are 2 wolves inside of you. There are 2 lions inside of you, Leo. Feed your fear or feed your faith. I say feed your faith. All right, let's move on to the Earth Child, Virgo. Oh my God, Pentacles card flicked up, but we're not ready yet. All right, Virgo, Virgo, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising, for their highest good. What do they need to know, Spirit? Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising, and Dominant folks. What do they need to know for their highest good this week? Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Spirit's excited. All right. When it comes to money, finances, work, business for Virgo, what do they need to know? What do they need to know? Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Oh, Spirit knows you're serious about your money. They've taken their time. All right. And now, Virgo, when it comes to love, family, feelings, friends, other F words I'm not going to mention. Mention them all the time. Virgo, when it comes to love, what do they need to know this week? Spirit, what energy they want to be aware of. Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting. Woo! Now it's starting to make more sense. All right. I need one more. Bear with me, Virgo. My apologies. Spirit, can you give me a clarifier for this overall energy of the week? A little advice, little guidance for Virgo. All right. All right. Rude. Okay. Overall energy for this week. The devil. The devil is not Satan. The devil's not evil. The devil's not even external, Virgo. We all have a little devil inside of us. Okay? But here's the thing about the devil. We feel trapped. We feel low. We feel attached. We feel encumbered when the devil is running our life. It's when we're addicted to something, obsessed with something, attached to something to such a point that it is to our detriment, where we're no longer able to just operate as ourselves because we are leashed to this thing, whether that is a substance, a relationship, whatever it is that is the spirit. Just put it like this, sucking the life out of you, Virgo. You got to get with yourself and get really, really real. Some of y'all might have Leo placements. High Priestess is coming up as your clarifier, your prescription for the devil, okay? You need some High Priestess medicine. You need some, go to the closet, pull out all of the skeletons in there, bring them out, pour them a nice cup of tea, sit them on the sofa, have a discussion. Why are we in here? Why are we doing this? What are you feeling? What do you need? Why are you crying? I'm totally serious. Now, for my more, like, my most airy mental of the earthy Virgos, that might sound too floofy doofy, blah, 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 High Priestess. Journal. Get therapy. Like, peel back layers. Spirit is saying there is a pattern in your life, and now they're showing me a web, like a spider web. There is a pattern in your life. And don't be ashamed, because that's the power the devil has over you, is making you feel ashamed. And so you want to turn away from this problem whenever it pops up. Like, you want to turn away. Ooh, no. Like, my addiction. Oh, I'm addicted to this person, this thing, this whatever, and it makes me feel like shit. Ooh, I feel like shit. Let me go dive into a different substance, a different thing. Let me get distracted. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We want to bring the light to it. Okay? The devil is just shadow stuff. What am I not allowed to be? What am I not allowed to want? Spirit just said. And you need to go decide, do you consciously agree to not being allowed to want that? Or is that just programming and bullshit from past relationships, childhood, etc.? You agree or disagree with the bonds around you, okay? Go to them and cut the ones you don't want. Keep the ones you want. And if you're not ready to cut something, even though you know it's wrong, just knowing, like, this isn't good, this isn't healthy for me, I probably need to let this go, that's going to serve you. That's going to help you slowly detach from it, okay? You don't need to rip off the Band-Aid. It can feel like ripping off an appendage when we are really attached to something. But if you look at where it's attached, if you just start to look at it, you might find that it slips, it flips, it starts to look a little less appetizing, tempting to you the closer and closer and closer you look, okay? But if you don't look, in the classic Rider-Waite version of the devil card, these two people that are standing below the devil have grown these fire-tipped hell tails. And the idea is that if you stay in a hellish environment long enough, you will begin to adapt to it. Don't adapt to this, Virgo. You're better than that. You're stronger than that. You deserve better than that. That's what it is. So don't feel ashamed. You deserve better. Okay? Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yay. Love to see this. A nice balm after that devil card. When it comes to money, business, finances, work, Four of Wands, for the most part, I feel you all are safe. Four of Wands is not just like security, but it's like happiness, happy home. Some of y'all are working from home. Some of y'all are going to be forced into working from home. And some of you are going to be getting into partnership with people. Four of Wands is called the marriage card. I would call it in our modern time the commitment card. And because this is coming in the realm of money, finances, business, etc., some of you might be partnering with editor, podcast partner, business associate, whatever, website builder. Working with somebody can build this thing that you want and build it to last. And again, it's like, it's not just built to last, it's happy. It's warm. Four of Wands is celebration, is happy homecoming, is people throwing a party for you. So I hope that you get this feeling this week. Yay, Stephanie. Oh my God, y'all are so great. I'm so sorry for those of you whose chats I don't see here. They go by super fast. I'm not trying to like pick and choose here. This looks wonderful, Virgo. This looks like you can establish something for yourself that makes you really happy. So I also want you to consider if there are, Spirit is saying, this is just for some of you, but if there is something that you do where it's like, I crochet, I knit, I whatever, something kind of homemaking, you may be able to actually make a little bit of extra money. Or even if it's just like, I am dying of boredom, I've got to do something, so I'm going to start this project. It feels like it could actually get you more or better than you might be expecting. Just saying. Now, when it comes to love, family, friends, relationships, anyone with whom you have a deep emotional connection, Spirit has two cards for you. I feel this is directly related to the devil. Now remember, Virgo, of course, these are general readings, and my prayer is always that what is most needed for the highest good of every Virgo, every sign, comes through. Some of you, this may not resonate, and that's okay. Don't worry about it, all right? But for some of you, that devil be dragging you down. That devil be sticking 10 swords in your back and asking you to say please and thank you while they do it. And that's what Spirit is saying. So for some of you, somebody is gaslighting the fuck out of you. I don't often think of the devil as external, but Spirit is directly connecting these two cards. And I love this particular depiction where she is stuck on her phone. What are my notifications? Did they write back? Where are they? I texted them, blah, blah, go, yada, yada. Like, where are they? Are they going to answer me? You don't fucking deserve that. You're somebody who makes you feel, sorry, if I disappeared, I will always come right back. For some of you, that 10 of Swords is going to be put into direct contrast with somebody coming into your life with this beautiful offering. So Spirit is saying, this is how it's going to look for some of you. One person is offering me this with strings attached. And one person is just giving me this. And they don't expect anything of me. And they're not asking me to even say thank you. They just want me to have this. Even if this is like a friend and the other person is a lover, or vice versa, Spirit wants you to see these things next to each other and be like, oh, is that how it's supposed to be? Do I deserve for this person to treat me with love and respect just because like I'm a human being? Like I don't have to jump through fiery hoops and be obsequious and be grateful for when they come and stab me with 10 swords and say please and thank you. Fuck that. Fuck that, Virgo. There is a beautiful, like cool water being poured over your wounds. So this is a dear friend, or this is somebody new, because Ace of Cups is a new and beautiful blessing in your life. It's like Spirit just said, baptism of love. And if you don't know somebody who's going to give it to you, Virgo, I think you fucking need to give it to you. You deserve it, okay? I'm not just telling you that to make you feel better. Spirit is telling me nobody deserves this. You don't deserve this. You give a lot, okay? You give a lot. And if you're giving somebody all but 3 pennies in your account, and then you ask them to borrow 50 cents and they look at you like you're the fucking devil, that's the devil. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. Virgo, always a pleasure. Now, let's fly up into the air with the Libras. Let's go. Libra. Libra sun. Libra moon. Libra rising. Libra. Libra, Libra. What do they need to know for their highest good? Libra sun. Libra moon. Libra rising. And Libra dominant folks. What do they need to know this week, Spirit, for their highest good? Overall focus, overall energy for Libra. Okay, you want to? You got it, boss. And now when it comes to money, finances, business, resources, Spirit. Some of y'all are doing something around land. Okay, interesting. Okay. One more, please, Libra. Libra, Libra sun, moon, and rising. When it comes to love, when it comes to family, friends, relationships, when it comes to the feels, what does Libra need to know for their highest good in the coming week? What energy do you want to make Libra aware of? Huh. Wow. Okay. Pretty great week, Libra. Nice energy here. So, your overall focus and energy for the week, I was going for 1, Spirit went for 2. Who am I to deny? Your charisma, your creativity, what it is that you are working on for yourself is in focus this week. King of Wands is a visionary. King of Wands is the ultimate creator. You can be anywhere on the gender spectrum that is valid and come up as a king. It's all about the divine masculine, divine feminine. When we're looking at king, queen, nothing to do with gender. The kings are managers, conquerors, right? They've got boundaries. They build fences around things. So the King of Wands, that's you, Libra. Shining with charisma, shining with confidence, managing your talents, wands, creativity, the spirit, your fire. Okay? So the King of Wands, you could think of them like a kiln. The wonderful, like, earthen solid container around the fire so that it can make and make and make and create and create and create and never become this wildfire. So controlling your creative impulse, knowing what you want and going for it, following the epiphany. Did this come up for Libra last week? I feel like y'all might have had judgment last week. Could be making that up. So sorry. Go with the epiphany. Trust yourself. Work your magic. Be a leader. That's what I'm hearing. King of Wands is be a leader. State your case. Like, you have something really great. You have, like, a great talent or project, something really, Spirit's using the word magnificent. So that's a very King of Wands word, like, magnificent when they walk into the room. That's you. Libra, lean into a little more of that opposite sign, that Aries feel of like, what am I amazing at? Fuck yeah, I'm great. Like, bring a little of that energy in, okay? That's bringing a wake-up call. That's kind of opening up some networking opportunities I'm hearing and creating some expansion in other areas of your life. Let's talk about it. When it comes to money, finances, jobs, work, etc. 6 of Cups. There could be a little, I love this version of the card. There's magic passing between hands. That's what I'm hearing. So some of you are getting assistance. Some of you, somebody from the past is coming back like, hey, you used to do this for me. Or, hey, you used to work this job. Like, would you be willing to take on this freelance work? Or do you want to rejoin the organization? Or, friend, hey, do you want to get together and do this project together? Do you want to do this together to try to make some money? I feel pretty great about that. If you've got like old friend who is like, let's get together and podcast, or let's get together and make lives, or let's get together and fill in the blank. That looks pretty good to me. One way or another, I feel like some of you are getting, like, Spirit just used the phrase echoes from the past. You're sharing the magic. Spirit just said share it freely, share it openly. Share it freely, share it openly, have fun with it. That's the other thing about the 6 of Cups. It's childlike, it's playful. So if things have been feeling a little too heavy or hard around work, money, etc., look at playing with it a different way. Okay? Look at having a little more fun with it. I don't mean spending all your money on fun things. I mean, if this didn't work, let me try that. Being a little flexible. I feel like you're getting support. That's the real sense that I'm getting. Friends, maybe even for some of you, sending you money or sending you, applications or helping you apply for things or stuff like that. I'm just feeling a lot of friendly, wonderful support and great give and take when it comes to your finances. So that looks wonderful to me. That looks beautiful. Now, finally, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to feelings, when it comes to all of the connections in your life, there's expansion. And there's, Spirit just said, they just use the word unity, which is really interesting coming after the Ace of Swords, which can sometimes indicate like a cleaving, right? But in this case, no. In this case, it's kind of like speaking your truth opens up new doors. Some of you, this is interesting, this is not going to apply for everybody. Some of you may be discussing an open relationship this week, where either you're already like a polyamorous person or you're dating somebody who does something like that, and they're like, hey, could we open this up? Could we like see what's out there? And I mean, that looks good to me. If you're into that, if you like it, I love it. That's how I feel about it. And I think that there's some really wonderful truth and some big possibilities. Of course, that is not the case for every Libra. For those of you that are like monogamous and are single or whatever, there may be somebody who makes like a declaration to you. Hey, could we go out sometime? Hey, could you see a future between us? Hey, like, could we do this together? That's what I'm hearing. So, of course, these are general readings, Libra, and it's going to be different things for different people, because for some of you, I feel that it's directly related to that Six of Cups, where they're like, oh, some of you all are going to be doing projects with people or going on actual journeys with people. Group projects look really solid. Oh my God, Sarah. That cute little, is he a fox? Is he a corgi? I love them both equally. He can be a forgy. He can be a cox. I just got demonetized. You just witnessed. Okay. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio. Let's get into Scorpio. All right, my intense loves. What does Scorpio need to know for their highest good? Scorpio. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. What do they need to know, please, Spirit? My Scorpio folks. Spirit wants to. Okay, overall energy for the week. Now, Spirit, let's look at money, finances, work, jobs. Sorry, I'll pick up and show you in just a second. Really wonderful. Okay. Scorpio, when it comes to love, family, connections, emotions, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Scorpio, Scorpio, business, money, finances, work. Oh my God, hello. I said relationships, right? Just kidding. It's about your relationships. Beautiful. Wow. Okay, Scorpio. Whoa. Some of y'all got Virgo placements? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. Wow. Overall energy and focus for this week, Scorpio. An ending, but also a new beginning. And they do tend to go together. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. Ten of Swords says, Spirit just used the phrase, giving up the ghost. Some of y'all are giving up the ghost. Somebody, for some of you, someone literally ghosted you. For some of you, you were the one who did the ghosting, because it's a general reading, the energy can kind of be vice versa. It just depends. If someone has ghosted you, if someone has ditched you, if someone has stuck 10 fucking swords in your back and not had the decency to even explain why or what happened or say, I'm sorry, the deed is done. 10 of Swords, there are very few binary cards in the tarot. 10 of Swords is pretty fucking binary. Like, this is done, this is over, you're dead tired. You're dead tired of it. 10 of Swords is harsh words. Like, I've said it to you as many different ways as I could think of. We've had this argument 100,000 times. Like, I think I'm finally done. That's the 10 of Swords. What follows that? I mean, I didn't see these cards and then pull a clarifier like, ooh, 10 of Swords, I better pull a clarifier. Spirit was like, you need these two? Like, all right. Boom. You get a new lease on life when you give up the ghost. That would be the fucking title of your reading, Scorpio, if you had one. Like, let it go and you are going to come back alive. All like yourself again, because that's what I'm hearing. 10 of Swords had something to do with, in some ways, holding yourself back, holding things down, keeping things quiet, and then it was like, really, and after all that, like after I kept quiet or changed my mind or etc., like banked my interests and desires for you, you still fucking stick 10 swords in my back? Fuck that. You're gonna be feeling healthier when you let that go. It's your choice. It's your free will. It's not the tower. Nobody's pulling this rug out from under your feet and keeping you from having something. I feel that you are the one to make the decision, Scorpio, that like, you know what? I'm just going to let this go. The thing with the Ten of Swords is it always features the person on the ground with the 10 swords in their back or their front. But in the background, the sun is always rising. The sun is always rising. You need to be the center of your universe. Spirit just said that too. So for some of you, this could be someone you're in a relationship with and they feel like the sun. You need to be the center of your fucking solar system, okay? Like, you are the star of your movie. You are not the side character and they are the star and you're just sitting around waiting for a phone call or a text or a kind word or an apology. No. You are out here shining. You are out here showing off your gifts. The sun says, Spirit just said, follow the yellow brick road. The sun says, I see exactly what's going on and I'm making a conscious choice. Conscious, the sun versus the moon, unconscious. I'm making a conscious choice to move in this direction. My eyes are open. That's what Spirit just said. My eyes are open. Some of you are going to be shining some of that lovely sunny energy on your work. 9 of Pentacles. This has been coming up a lot this week. Like, so this is really cool. This is really interesting. 9 of Pentacles. You are standing so solid. Shannon! Ah, you are so sweet. Oh my God. Yes, this stream brought to you my enormous hair. 9 of Pentacles. You're standing strong. That whenever I see the sun in conjunction with a Pentacles card, I also get really excited about finances because it speaks to me of extreme growth. And the sun is also extremely healthy coming after that 10 of Swords. So is the 9 of Pentacles. Self-sufficient, proud, independent, not independent to a fault, not, you know, independent. I don't need anybody. No. None of that. It's just like, I know who I am. I know what I want. And because of that, I also know what I don't want. So it's easy for me to turn away from things I don't want because I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know what my goal is. And guess what? It ain't this. Feeling like this ain't my fucking goal. I want to feel like this. I want to feel like this. Look at all my money. Look at what I've managed to get for myself. Spirit is saying clients also. Some of y'all just really need to take a moment to be really, really proud. Spirit just said self-made. Some of y'all are very much self-made, like from the bottom up. I didn't have, you know, the classical education or the training or whatever, but damned if I didn't make myself into who I am. Please take a moment and be so fucking proud of yourself for how far you come. No matter where you are in your journey, being human is difficult. Like, this shit is great. I'm so glad to be here. Yay, Earth and everything. Love you guys. We all know this shit is hard. And there are some days you don't want to fucking get out and do anything. So please give yourself the credit for managing what you've managed, not just in general, also during like a national sink into fascism and like a global pandemic. Like, you should probably be really proud of anything you're able to accomplish under these circumstances. Yay to you, okay? When we let go, oh, here comes another cliche, but Spirit's like, hey, it's a cliche for a reason. When a door closes, another opens, right? And when we let go of something, I'm holding something really tightly and I let it go. Yes, it's a little scary. Yes, my hands are like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. But they are then open and can be filled with something new. So when we let go of something that we know for a fact is not it and is not working, that always serves our good. That is bringing you relationship miracles. Spirit is using that phrase, okay? I'm not trying to dangle a carrot in front of you. Spirit is saying that. Page of Cups and Temperance. Hello. Like, if there's a major arcana card of Cups, Temperance is it. Page of Cups is refreshing, beautiful new energy coming into your life. Some of you may be getting a message from, like, okay, so I'm hearing different things from different people. Some of you, it's like, this is my younger sibling. This is my, like, cousin. This is somebody writing me a message kind of coming out of nowhere or saying, like, hey, like, we should go on a road trip sometime or whatever. I know that's very specific, but that's what they're saying. Page of Cups is surprises and is like, get excited and open up your heart because something new is flowing in, and it is able to flow in as a result of you making room for that flow. Hello, we want to notice that sun rising in the background over your road. You're going to know where you're going when you're willing to let go of people and things that are kind of honestly just blocking your view and distracting you. I'm hearing this is a very negative distraction. I'm hearing for a lot of you, this is very literal image where it's like I'm stuck on my phone. Like a text from this person either ruins my day, or the fact that I never get a text from this person ruins my fucking day. Fuck that. You stand proud in yourself. The more that you do that this week, the more that you support yourself, the more that you honor your accomplishments, and not just your accomplishments, Spirit's being real clear, your efforts. The fact that you show up and do the work every day, even the days it doesn't go right, even the days where it fails, you deserve credit for that. Please credit yourself. You are stronger than you might be giving yourself credit for right now. So I'm going to give it to you, okay? Temperance, moderation, gentleness. If somebody be giving you binary Ten of Swords bullshit, just consider that to be them making a little bit more room in your life for a Page of Cups to come in and be like, oh, hey, I brought you this. Hey, I was just thinking about you and I wanted to send you this. That's what Spirit is saying. Look out for that. A little magic going to be moving into your life, by courtesy of your willingness to move unmagical things the fuck out. All right. Sagittarius. Let's get fiery. Sagittarius. Sagittarius sun. Sagittarius moon. Sagittarius rising. What do they need to know for their highest good? Sagittarius. Sagittarius overall energy and focus for the week. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. And now, want to look at money. Threw that one out too. Okay. Money, finances, and work for Sag. And finally, relationships, feelings. They are throwing your cards, Sagittarius. Want to get one more. Okay. All right. Whoa. What an interesting set of cards you have here, Sag. Some of you are going to resolve a fight this week. There's been a misunderstanding. There's been a bit of confusion. There's been misunderstanding. I'm hearing too many cooks. Like, no one's judging you, Sagittarius, but here's what I'm hearing. Some of you... Some of you, they're showing me like a French farce. So a farce is a play where there are like people in the house who need to not know about the other people in the house. So like this person runs into a room and slams the door, and then this person's looking for that person. They run into another room and like open, slam the door. Then that person who they're looking for runs out and runs into another room, slams the door. This person comes out looking for them, goes into that room, slams the door. Like it's like a bunch of intrigue. Okay? A bunch of intrigue and maybe some affairs, maybe some sneaking around. I'm telling this person this thing, but I'm telling that person that thing. Like I'm just hearing it. And there's a little bit of call for maturity. And there is also a little bit of a call to come together. Ten of Cups. A beautiful card, and also a really beautiful card coming after the Five of Wands, because it indicates that maybe like a fight, and it's not the worst kind of fight. Five of Wands is not extreme, but it's confusion, it's impatience, it's immaturity. Like there's a need to think about what's really important and what really matters. And we're living in times that can kind of help facilitate that. Like, wait, why are we fighting about who like didn't bring in the groceries when like people are dying of a virus? Like, let's love each other, let's take care of each other, let's put this aside and work on what really matters. Very Sagittarian energy to think bigger than like the smallness of the moment. Spirit is asking you to reach out to the people that you love and tell them how much you love them. Send them your gratitude. That's what I'm really hearing. And wow. Okay. Spirit just said some people don't know how you feel. And part of the reason some of you are not getting what you want is because some people don't know how you feel. So if you've got a crush and you've been holding it back, or if you've got beef and you're holding it back, now would be the time to say, hey, I really want to understand you. I really want to set aside our differences. Do you think we can just figure this out? I think that you can. Okay? Okay. Now, when it comes to money, work, finances, creativity, jobs, etc., 7 of Wands, you are fighting for what you want. You have the higher ground, too. You absolutely have all of the tools that you need to win. Now, I'm hearing that this is related partially to that 5 of Wands, where they're like, this is an unnecessary fight, and Spirit is kind of saying you're better outfitted than some of these other people. But they want you to maybe not use that to your advantage and try to like conquer. There's again this interesting dynamic where it's like, can we understand each other? If we could just understand each other, then we could get there together. I didn't intend to pull a clarifier. Spirit wanted 2 cards each. Some of you are fighting for, this is like a passion project, and I want to tell you not to give up. Like, damn, this is really hard. I have to like jump through a lot of hoops. I have to go through a lot of red tape, etc. to get this thing that I want. I'm really having to learn. I'm really having to think on my feet. Damned if it's not bringing you down the exact road that you want to go down. The Lovers is one of the cards that people want to see. I mean, you got the Lovers, you got the 10 of Cups. That's pretty exciting and intense and wonderful. But the Lovers, as much as it can be about love and someone wonderful, it's also about a choice. And it's about making the divine choice. It's about making the choice that feels like this is aligned with my soul. And when something is aligned with my soul, I'm willing to fight for it. So, Sagittarius, if your heart is in it, you'll win. If your heart's not in it, I feel like you'll continue doing this. So I think it's important to determine, what is your heart in? What is your heart in? Why do I say that? When it comes to love and relationships, again, Spirit wanted 2 cards. There is some confusion here. There is some confusion. There is a feeling of loss. Some of you, Spirit is just telling me, and this is totally understandable and makes sense, and my condolences to those of you who may literally be grieving right now, have lost someone, or be worried about someone who is in dire straits. Spirit, with that 10 of Cups, with that Lover's card, is, for one thing, letting you all know that the road is not closed, things are not over. But that they understand, okay? So no one's trying to push you out of doing any mourning that you really, truly need to do. But what's interesting about these cards is that the figures in both are kind of not looking at something that is really important. In the Moon, these 2 figures are, dancing underneath the moonlight, enjoying themselves, and they don't see that memories, triggers, unconscious fears and worries and desires, all ruled by the Moon, are going to creep out and maybe grab him around the ankle and really scare him. It's not going to kill him. It's not going to drag him underneath the water or anything, but it could feel that way. We can feel suffocated, choked, drowned in our feelings. And that's what the 5 of Cups can indicate. 5s are tests. And the 5 of Cups is, will you lose yourself in this grief? Or will you find yourself in this grief? Will you be able to look at what has spilled over? Sarah! Oh, God, he's so cute. Will you be able to let this spill over and be like, this is difficult. This is some spiritual fucking weightlifting right here, but okay, universe, God, whatever. If this was meant to leave my life, if this was meant to get kicked over, then may I have the courage, may I have the fortitude to turn and to take the 2 cups I have left, to grab them, to go over this bridge to this new life. Let me not lose myself. Let me not stand here for eons and decades looking at the past and what didn't go right for me. Let me turn and look at what I have left and make something of it. You feel me? Some of you, Spirit is saying this is ancestral. Damn, that's pretty intense. Might want to do some automatic writing. Might want to do pulling some tarot cards for yourself. Looking at what are the hidden factors. I mean, that's the beauty of the tarot. Sometimes we see the cards and it's like, oh yeah, that's totally my life right now. And sometimes it's like, no, that's not my life. Yeah, it is. Like, yeah, it is. It's the unconscious. It's the part that we don't want to see. So if there's ever something, especially in a personal reading, that's like, no, I don't identify with that. It's like, okay, well then let's look a little closer. Let's just look a little bit closer. You've got better relationships, better times, a more solid sense of self coming toward you, Sagittarius. All right. Just like last week, a freaking pentacle card flew out like, hey, we know we're going to do Capricorn. And I'm going to make the same statement I made last week, which is my phone is acting a little funny. If I should happen to drop off, I promise that I'm going to hop right back on. So if you lose me, I'll be back. Okay. Capricorn. Capricorn. CEO of the Zodiac, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. What do they need to know, please, Spirit, for their highest good? Capricorn, an overall energy and focus for the week. Okay. Ooh, they're trying to just jumping. Okay. And now, Spirit, when it comes to money, work, finances, jobs, what does Capricorn need to know for their highest good? Spirit, what energy do they want to be aware of for their highest good? And finally, for love, for feelings, for relationships, what does Capricorn need to know? Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising for their highest good. Let's get into it. Capricorn, you're so patient that you are the first set of cards this week that I've been able to not get a preview of what the card is. So let's turn over and find out. Beautiful. Beautiful. Overall energy of the week. Someone is offering you something, Capricorn. Some of you, and remember, because this is a general reading, could be vice versa. Some of you may be making the offering. But honestly, what I'm really feeling is someone is coming at you and just making you feel treasured. That's the way that Spirit just put it. And that's like, that's kind of intense for a Capricorn. There's like a dynamism there where they want to be treasured, but also it's like, ugh, like, oh, don't treasure me too much. Fuck that shit. Let this person treasure you. Knight of Cups is very classically the suitor card. So for some of you, this could very directly be romantic. We are talking about overall energy, so I feel like there's generosity, there's kindness, there's people kind of outstretching their hands in one way or another to you. And if you take it, Capricorn, it's because you need it and deserve it, because you're not one to take from people. This is a beautiful energy. This is very generous. And I would also say, when I see this coming toward you, but I would say be willing to be generous to others as well. So if you get the chance to extend forgiveness or extend a piece of advice, soothe someone's heart, I would absolutely take that opportunity. Feels like that is going to go both ways. You're sharing some love this week. Pretty great. Now, money, work, finances, potential for expansion, Capricorn. You're looking out. You're considering something new. I think it's worthwhile. A Capricorn doesn't consider something unless it's like, this could make me rich. I mean, it doesn't have to be rich, but it's like, this can make me money. This can bring me safety, security. Some of you, I feel like you're looking at property, new home, new place to live. I'm just feeling that very clearly. Obviously, that's not going to go for every Capricorn, but it's kind of like, I've done what I need to do here, and I'm moving on. I'm looking at something new. But you're just looking. You haven't taken the first step on that path. The Two of Wands is a little bit of indecision. Like, ooh, but I've got this, but I have it so solidly. Like, I've built up this experience and this, like, skill set now, but what about this? Honestly, Capricorn, I feel, especially with that Knight of Cups coming in, new energy is good. So pursuing something that gives you a little bit of spark, makes you a little excited, makes you feel a little passionate, that looks like it has very positive repercussions. And I wasn't going to do it, but Spirit's calling on me, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to clarify it. Tell me a little more about this adventure for Capricorn, please, Spirit. victory. Six of Wands, public acclaim. Some of you, this thing is straight up like, this is my thing, like my channel, my podcast, my book, my fill in the blank. Six of Wands is recognition, people throwing you a parade. Hello. If you decide to pursue this little bit of inquiry, I feel like you will be very, very, very happy about it. You won't be the only one celebrating it. Let me say it like that. Wands, wands, wands. When it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, Spirit just said enduring. You are a very enduring sign. And you've also learned a lot, been through a lot, Capricorn. That's in your astrology. Like, Capricorn people come here with a hard road, climbing that mountain. Here's the other thing about being a Capricorn: gets easier as you get older, gets better as you get older. That's not true for everybody. Capricorns, it's like childhood and young life was like, whoa, why did I have to grow up this fucking fast? How did I have to be that mature and go through all this hard shit? So that later I could be equipped. I could be equipped to get what it is that I want. Nine of Wands, it feels to me like in the relationship sector, some of you may come out on the other side of a fight with somebody. And it's like, hey, yes, I may be bandaged and bruised, but you should see the other guy. Like, I'm the winner. I came off the field. I brought their tool with me. Like, I rule. And I don't feel that you're literally going to be like, you know, taking names and snatching wands out of people's hands or anything. But I get the sense that you're going to feel validated. And Spirit is using two different words: validated and vindicated. So some of you, it's like you're going to hear or see, like hear about or see the behavior of somebody and be like, I knew that. Like, or I've been saying it. And you're going to be like, all right, well, I don't have to say it again because I already said it. And that's what I feel. So if you're like, should I tell them I told you so? Your words in the past, your actions have spoken for themselves. I feel that it actually leaves you in a stronger place to just be kind of like the strong silent type, just vigilant. So you might feel like saying I told you so, but the truth is somebody might come and apologize or recognize and validate you on their own. I would allow them to do that. Okay? Okay. Very interesting. I'll be very curious to hear. As always, please let me know if you know what this is in the comments. Whether it's today or whether it's as the week goes by, something happens and you're like, ah, that's what that was. Would love to hear. But okay, home stretch. Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius. Let's fly back up into the air. Go up into space where my Aquarians are hanging out, my mad geniuses, scientists, inventors. Aquarius. What do Aquarians need to know this week, Spirit? Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising. My Doc Browns. What do they need to know this week for their highest good? Overall focus and energy. Once again, Spirit wants 2 cards. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. And when it comes to work, money, resources, budgets, jobs, finances, Spirit, what does Aquarius need to know? And in the realm of love, Aquarius. Aquarius. Wow. Okay. Okay. We're going to get into it, Aquarius. All right. Overall energy for the week. Interesting dichotomy. Some of you may have some Capricorn placements. I'm actually also feeling some of you might have Virgo placement, which that's a very interesting, like Virgo Aquarius. That's a dichotomy that's a little tough to carry. If you have that, please let me know. I'll be very curious to hear. Okay, Aquarius, you got a lot on your plate this week. A lot, but I feel like you're taking care of it. I really do. Like, sometimes when I see the 10 of Wands, I'm just like, oh my God, I want to like, just like kaput, lay down. I lay down here now. Like that meme. I sleep here now. But you've got something, you're carrying it. Spirit is again, and that's funny. They were like, hey, well, when we gave you that word, like that phrase, the home stretch, like we were giving you a preview for Aquarius. You're in the home stretch for getting something that you really want. So I feel like this week for a lot of you is the last big push in something. Maybe it's like the last big like content producing, or it's the last interview of like 3 and to get this new thing, or etc. You are in the home stretch and there is good, happy, wonderful news coming in. Page of Cups is a blessing. Page of Cups is innocence, excitement. This is youthful. It may come through a youthful person, like someone younger than you bringing you something that you really want or offering you something. One way or another, I really like to see the cups come after the wands because it's like cool water soothing the, oh my gosh, Linda, thank you. He's so cute. Why is he wearing a gi? He's so cute. What are the, oh my God, how do y'all even do this stuff? It's crazy. It's amazing. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, this may come to you through a younger person, like showing up in your inbox, showing up in your DMs, like, but I'm feeling like there's a gift, and it's a gift for you taking this thing all the way. Again, 10 of Wands, I just feel like it's the last big push, or it's the final, it's the home stretch. It's like, I'm there. And here's the thing about the fucking home stretch. When in the race are we the most tired, grunting, sweating, thinking I can't do this anymore? It's in the home stretch. So right when you're thinking, oh my God, I fucking can't do this anymore, here comes this beautiful rush of cold water. Like someone saying, the finish line's in 8 feet, and they're just standing there with like a big, beautiful cup of cold water after you're so hot and you're so tired, and you're like, I don't know if I want to drink it or dump it over my head, but it's going to feel amazing. It's going to feel amazing, okay? Please keep going. Don't give up. That's what I'm hearing. Like, be vigilant. Don't give up. You're closer than you might know. So if somebody could just come and run up and tell you, 20 more feet, 20 more feet, just don't stop, just don't stop. You're going to get there, and you are going to be rewarded for it. Whether you feel just really good about it or whether you get a literal reward, I feel like the feeling is the same. The feeling is like, yes, I knew I was supposed to do this. You may indeed, 10 of Wands, be fighting. Be fighting for your money. This is jobs, finance, etc. Again, with the 7 of Wands, I'm feeling you're on top of it. It is a fight and it is a struggle, but you are absolutely on top of it. Knight of Swords, air. You might have to, Spirit said, you know when you're like running the race and we're talking about like, oh, I don't know if I want to drink this or pour this cool water on my head. Spirit just said, you might be throwing a cold splash of water on somebody this week when they don't want it, but because you need to tell the truth. Knight of Swords is, this needs to change right now. And this is changing right now. It can be a little bit abrupt. It can be a little bit, it's Kayla. It can be a little bit of a shock, okay? So again, this is a general reading. Could be vice versa. You might get your shit interrupted by somebody running in and this is what I just heard. Your lack of planning is not my emergency. That may be a phrase that you need to pull out of your back pocket at some point this week, Aquarius, and be like, well, I'm doing all this over here, so the fact that you just ran in to tell me that this is due today, or this is due and whatever, like, and I need to just, I don't know, grow like another set of arms in order to, you have the higher ground. And if you have to be the one to deliver this message, Aquarius, I want to say, take care with your words, only because I feel like nobody likes change but a wet baby, and you're asking people to change. You're asking people to grow up is actually kind of what I'm hearing. It's kind of like open your eyes. So some of you might be working with people where you feel like, am I the only competent one